Yo, what's up guys, in here, welcome back to another video here. Today we're doing another Battle Royale. This time it's just North America. If you don't know how these go, let me tell you how they go. I think that's the best take I've ever done. We're gonna spin this wheel. It has 36 countries, loosely using that word countries. On this wheel, we're gonna spin it. We're gonna get Puerto Rico. This wheel has attack, alliance, nuke, unification, civil war. I'll explain what they do if they pop up. And great. That's a 1.3% chance to happen. Well, Puerto Rico's out of the game. A nuke means, well, but when I first thought of the nuke, the video was over, right? So I'm glad that I am not doing that whole video is over thing from a nuke. Because damn, would that be a short video. Now it just means that is inaccessible for the rest of the game. And there's only 35 left. Panama's up. Okay, let's get a better one here. Okay, they're gonna attack, so we're gonna go look at what they border, which is literally just Costa Rica. So we're gonna go to this wheel, spin it 1-to-1 odd, and Panama wins. We're gonna go here. We're gonna erase the border. We're gonna give them a color. We're gonna put PA for Panama and the number 2 because it owns itself and Costa Rica. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. That's how attacks work. For Costa Rica, get that bitch out of here. Next up is Canada. They almost got nuked, but they're gonna ally. Alliances work where I just spin this wheel again. They're gonna ally with Aruba. Almost had that bitch die on me. Honestly, if Canada got nuked, would anyone really cry about it? Serious question. Who cares, honestly? Next up is Turks and Caicos Islands. They are gonna have a civil war. Well, this is great. We're getting everything. You know what? We're gonna have the Turks and the Caicos. The Caicos is rebelling from the Turks. Sure, that's how that's gonna work. The way civil wars work, now nobody can attack them, nobody can unify with them, and they can't be nuked because they're not spinning this wheel. If one of them comes up, they automatically go to try to quell the rebellion, but if somebody can ally with them to help for their cause, you know what I mean? Bahamas is up, and we're gonna get an alliance again. And they're gonna ally with St. Pierre. It's a weird alliance, but it works. Next up is Canada again. They are gonna attack this time. They can go for St. Pierre if they wanted, or they can go for the US, or they can go for Greenland. They're gonna go for the US. They're probably gonna win because it's a 2-to-1 odd because of the fact that they are an ally ship, and they still find a way to lose. Well then. All right, well, the US has introduced freedom already. I'm not gonna do that much coloring in. I don't have the time for that. All right, that's enough coloring. Because Aruba is so far away, they still are in the game, but the US is on the board. We get rid of Canada and we move on. Montserrat. They're gonna have a... Jesus Christ. You know, when I hear the name Montserrat, you wanna know what I think of? Genshin Impact. So Genshin Impact has rebelled from Montserrat. Have to be creative somehow. Aruba is up. After the loss of their ally, they're gonna attack. They can only go for Curacao. I think that's how you pronounce that. They lose. Oh, that alliance is dead. Next up is Jamaica. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for the Cayman Islands, and they lose. By the way, the only way to get from here to here, besides going through the US, Cuba to Mexico, and then Cayman Islands to Honduras. Does that make sense? Okay. I don't know how these guys are gonna get the only way to get to Dominican Republic from these islands is going through the Virgin Islands, because now Puerto Rico's gone. Martinique, or however you pronounce that's up, please get nuked. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for St. Lucia 1-to-1 and they win. Next up is the British Virgin Islands. They almost get nuked, but they're gonna ally. Please with the Virgin Islands. With Cuba, okay. Next up is the Dominica. I thought it was gonna be the Bahamas. They're gonna ally. Dominica allies with El Salvador. The islands are getting a little bit, you know, crowded now. Grenada's up. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for Curacao. That's stupid. They win, never mind. Next up is Bermuda. They're gonna ally with Martinique. Next up is Trinidad. They're gonna attack. They can only go for Grenada. And they lose. Grenada is the strongest by far. Panama's up. No, not a civil war. Well, Costa Rica's back. Next up is... Oh, well, that's already being quelled. 1-to-1, and Costa Rica wins back its freedom. Greenland's up. They can only go for Canada if they attack, which they're going to ally, though. And... Oh, sorry, they can only go for the US, but they're going to ally with Costa Rica, who just won their freedom back. Speaking of freedom, to the west, you might not like that, Greenland. Guatemala's up. They are going to unify. We finally get to see this. Now, the way unifications work, they border Belize, Mexico, El Salvador, and Honduras. Since they are allied to none of them, all of these go on a wheel. And whoever they choose, they are stuck to, basically. And they're gonna go for El Salvador, meaning that they get pulled into El Salvador's relationship with Dominica. But how do okay, I need to give them a name, and I think the easy one is El Guatemala. I think the very easy name is El Guatemala. Well then, Saint Pierre is up. They're gonna ally with Guadalupe. All right, this is going amazing. Then we got a three-way. Wait, hold on. Belize is up. They're gonna attack. They can only go for El Guatemala or Mexico. They're gonna go for Mexico, the smart option, and they lose. They would have lost anyway, but you know, they chose the better option. It's just unfortunate for them. Green's already up. Yeah, green's already got chosen. So you somewhat get a color that's on your flag, I guess. Caicos is up, meaning that rebellion's being quelled. And they win. And you want to know exactly what that means? It's no longer the Turks and Caicos Islands, it's now just the Caicos Islands. Grenada's up. They're the strongest in the game, they're gonna have a civil war. Who was the last one you took over? You know, actually, Curacao is gonna come back, and they're taking Aruba with them. Curacao is back. Next up is Mexico. Who are they gonna go for? Yep, they're attacking. The easy one is the US, right? No, they're gonna go for Cuba. And they win. And because of the fact that the British Virgin Islands were far enough away, they get to stay alive. Next up is the US. They are gonna attack. They're probably gonna go for Mexico. Yep, they are. They're at a disadvantage, and they win. Joe Biden's wet dream here, erasing the Mexican border, but Donald Trump's worst nightmare. Actually, I'm sure Donald Trump would love this border to be gone if that means he could rule over Mexico, right? Who doesn't want to rule over more land, right? You know, more work. The US is really strong now. Next up is Barbados. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for St. Vincent, and they win. Only very few islands left. One civil war currently ongoing. Next up is Grenada. They're finally gonna settle this civil war. 2-2, and they lose. Curacao has rebelled. Next up is the Cayman Islands. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for the US, you idiot. And yeah, you lose. The US really spreading its freedom far and wide. Strongest in the game by far. Next up is Guadalupe. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for Antigua and Barbuda, and they win. Helping combat for Bahamas and St. Pierre, who are pretty much destroyed by the US soon. Now they're a little bit stronger. Costa Rica's up. They won back their freedom recently, and they're gonna Jesus Christ. All right, well, Panama's back. Panama's rebelling the rebeller. Bermuda's up. They're attacking. They can only go for the US. 1, 2, 3 versus 7. And they lose. Dead lost. Whatever the other purple is, they're perfectly safe because the US was not close enough to them. Costa Rica, they're already quelling the rebellion, and they win. Well, then Panama is gone again. Okay, could you stop rebelling, please? United States is up. Don't you dare. Okay, they're gonna attack. They're gonna go for El Guadalupe, and they win. Well, El Guadalupe is gone. Dominica is far enough away that they don't get taken over by the US, so they're cool. Yeah, the US might win this, unless they have like a really bad civil war. El Guatemala is gone. Virgin Islands, what do? They're gonna ally with the Bahamas, joining in the fight against the US with St. Pierre, Bahamas, and Guadalupe. Next up is Martinique. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for Barbados, and they lose. They made an L out of their islands. 19 left. If you see this part of the video, comment down below the one island you want to visit on vacation once every year and why. Curacao is up. They're gonna attack. They can only go for Barbados, and they lose. Well, you rebel and then you lose. That's great. Why does Trinidad kind of look like a shitty Apple logo? Like the Apple logo as a slug. Barbados is really strong on its own, and it's just have islands. It just has islands. That's it. Next up is Costa Rica. Don't you dare have a civil war again. They're gonna attack. They can only go for Nicaragua, and they lose. Yeah, you know, you wasted too much time on rebellions, yours included, that you didn't have much else. Honduras surrounded. Caicos is up. They're almost getting nuked, but they're gonna ally with St. Pierre. Everyone is joining in the fight against the US. This alliance, this color, this little whatever the hell that is, all is allying to get away from the US and fight them together as one unit. Dominican Republic is up. they're gonna have a civil war. Here, how about this? This is Dominican Republic. This is Dominican Democracy. They're the rebels. The Virgin Islands are up. They're gonna ally with Bahamas. Aren't you already? Yeah, you're already allied with them, buddy. The British Virgin Islands. Okay, so they backstabbed the cause to go to... Wait, no, because the British Virgin Islands were allied with Cuba, but Cuba isn't allied anymore because Cuba's gone. So the British Virgin Islands joined the cause against the US. The Virgin Islands are back up. What are they going to do this time? They're going to have another alliance. They're bringing in someone else. The Dominican Republic. So not only are they helping with the rebel cause, or the cause of the Dominican Republic who's being rebelled from, they're also bringing them in for the cause of fuck the US. Greenland's up. They're gonna attack. They can only go for the US. 4. Oh, wait. Costa Rica is allied with Greenland. It's like, they probably would have won that. Well, too late now. 4v10, and Greenland loses. And so no, actually, Nicaragua is just slightly far away enough. They can stay in the game. Greenland's gone. Get the hell out of here, though. Everyone is teaming up against the US. I half expect Barbados to ally with the Bahamas. Genshin Impact, that civil war is finally ending. And Genshin Impact wins against Montserrat. Honduras is up. They're surrounded. They're going to attack. Yeah, you have no other option, buddy. You're going to go for Nicaragua. You say, hey, I don't want to give the US anything. Come take me. No, they're taking over themselves. Nicaragua is dead and Honduras lives. Next up is the Dominican Democracy, who has a tough task. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8v1. Dominican Democracy, do they beat the Republic? No, they don't. They didn't even have a chance. That could have been a 50-50. They still would have lost. Live as a rebel, die as a rebel. And now the Dominican Republic, they're going to be at full strength to fight against the US when need be. It's still an 8 versus 11, though, which is not the greatest odds. Guadalupe's up. They are going to have a civil war. No, Guadalupe's part of this. What island was this? This is Antigua and Barbuda. Okay, shit. Antigua and Barbuda is back. They're rebelling. Caicos is up. They're gonna attack. I mean, they have no other option but Haiti or the US. They have no other option but Haiti or the US. If they do the US, we're seeing the all-out battle right now. They're gonna go for Haiti, so they're prolonging it. Because Antigua doesn't count towards the total anymore, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 1 instead of 8 versus 1. They win. All right. So now they got Haiti under their control. Caicos is taking it over. Dominican gets nothing. And that kind of protects them. If the US takes over Caicos, Bahamas, St. Pierre, Dominican Republic is safe. And anything to the right of it's safe. So, you know. Dominica is up. They are going to ally with... You can't do that. With the Bahamas. They're joining the cause as well. Everybody is ganging up on the US. Next up is the US. What are they going to do? No, they're gonna have a civil war. Why? US. No. No, the US. Who do I want to bring back? The US keeps all of this, but Mexico gets this. Now nobody can attack the US, but the US can't attack anybody else. That's the only bad part about it for the US. So everyone can get stronger. Antigua and Barbuda, they're ending their rebellion, but they have a 1 in 8 chance of winning. They don't. Alright, so Antigua dies a rebel. This little union is back to full strength of 9. Barbuda's just been kind of silent. Barbados, sorry. Speaking of, though. They are attacking. They have no other option but Dominica. So a 8v9 ensues, and Barbados wins, but they only take out Dominica. That's crucial, though, because now the ball is in their court. They have the advantage. They're kind of taking a stand like, hey, you're bullying the US. Maybe they're going to ally with the US soon as well. They're the 2 strongest on their own. Mexico's up. That rebellion's being quelled. 11 minus 4 is 7. All right. Who wins? Mexico. Wait. Mexico loses. Mexico loses its rebellion. The US, listen, they have a history of civil wars. They know how to win them. And also they have a history of wars with Mexico too. That just crushed the spirit of everybody else in the game. The US just did that so easily. Next up is the US. They're getting nuked! The US getting a taste of their own medicine and getting nuked the fuck out of here. 1.3% chance of happening, by the way. 11 left. The Virgin Islands, What are they gonna do? They're gonna attack. There's no big enemy now, so their whole alliance is just there for nothing. The Virgin Islands can only go for whatever the hell this is in Genshin Impact. They're gonna go for St. Kitts and Nevis, and they win. I have a feeling this alliance is gonna win, but they have to battle to the death if they don't unify. Next up is Barbados. They're gonna attack. They're gonna go for Guadalupe. It's 9 versus 9. Barbados loses. Guadalupe gets all of this as well, because nobody's really close to take it over. Guadalupe on its own is strong as shit. They're as strong as the US was before they got nuked out of the face of the earth. Also, Honduras is just stuck here. They can't really access anything. So the only thing they can go to is Guadalupe if they get pulled up. Because I have to figure out a way for this, right? Bahamas is up. What are they going to do? They're going to unify. The closest thing they're allied with is Caicos. So, and technically because the Bahamas is the Bahamas, it's going to be the Caicos. There we go. The Caicos. Genshin Impact's up. They're going to attack. Yeah, you're fucked. So Virgin Islands or Guadalupe, which fuck do you want? You want Guadalupe. And Genshin Impact loses. The last rebel to die so far. Guadalupe is going to win this fight to the death, though. British Virgin Islands are going to unify. I'm going to unify with them with the Virgin Islands. All right, hold on. So we got the viewers making a return. The viewers are up. They're going to attack. The only thing left to attack in the game is Honduras. But because of the viewers, they're not the one close. Only Guadalupe can attack. So we're going to skip their turn. Next up is Guadalupe. If they attack, the game's pretty much over. Alliance, they can only ally with Honduras, so they're bringing them in. All right, well, now it's a battle to the death unless everybody unifies and has peace. St. Pierre is all the way up here. The only one they can go for is the viewers. Or sorry, no, not the viewers. The Caicos. Yeah, Alliance can get the fuck out of here. We don't need that anymore. Now it's a 2% chance of a nuke. So it's a much higher chance now. Dominican Republic's up. They're going to attack, and they're going to go for the viewers. It's a 3v1. Unfortunate. Yeah, you lose. The viewers up to 4 now. Let's see, who's next? St. Pierre. They're almost getting nuked, but they're going to attack the Caicos, who have 3. They win. The Caicos is gone. I'm just going to cross out the name. I'm going to just cross it all out. St. Pierre all the way up here has 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the viewers, Guadalupe, Honduras, and St. Pierre. This is what it comes down to. The Caicos is gone. Next up is St. Pierre. What do? They're going to continue attacking. They can only attack the viewers. It's a 4-4. And the St. Pierre wins. The viewers are dead. St. Pierre now can only go for Guadalupe. Honduras can only go for Guadalupe. They're both fucked because Guadalupe is so damn strong. Unless there's a civil war, Honduras is up. They can only go for Guadalupe if it's an attack, which it is. So 12v4. Honduras almost won it. Oh, that's actually really sad. Guadalupe now has 16 versus 8. So unless they unify, Guadalupe's winning. Guadalupe, ball's in your court. What do? You're gonna almost have a civil war, but the video is gonna come to a close. 16 versus 8. And Guadalupe wins. Ladies and gentlemen, Guadalupe's the winner. I'll see you guys in the next one. And peace out. See you guys.